Low-income tenants of 7263 South Coles and 2614 East 73rd Street recently claimed that Chase Bank was a slum landlord responsible for their soon eviction from the place they call home. So along with their advocates, they rallied outside of Chase Towers on July 15th, demanding that the bank, which has been bailed out from its own troubles by the federal government through TARP funding last year, provide them financial relocation assistance so they and their children wouldn't be living out on the streets. Here's more of what went on at the rally.
Top of our heads, the water situation is unexplainable. The electrical work has not been updated at all. It has nothing been done to it. And at this point, Chase is just showing negligence, and they don't even want to do anything. At this point, come Saturday, a lot of us will be homeless, especially with small children. They have not offered us any relocation fees or anything at this point. And at this point, we're looking for Chase to step up and take control and do what you were supposed to do in the first place.
That's right. Due
to the fact that them not doing anything, we are being put out on the streets. They knew that they had this property. They did nothing to this property. And at this point, you see the small children that are out here today. After Saturday, some of them will be homeless. And Chase is a multi-billion-dollar company, and they haven't done anything at this point. And like I said, after Saturday, a lot of these people will be homeless. And they won't even send anybody out to speak to us at this time. It's sad. It's sad at this point.
610 East 73rd. As the gentleman Sean stated, and as Mr. Aaron here stated, the situation is dire. The sad thing about it is, it's one thing for a big corporation to take charge of a property, but when you take charge of that property, how about taking some responsibility about it and the people that are in it?
That's right, talk about it.
I'd like to hear from somebody up there. If you're making $1 million, I don't want much of it. I just want enough to find decent housing. I don't know if you hear me. I hope you do. But really, you need to fess up and own up to this situation.
That's right.
The faster it gets resolved, the faster it'll be for everybody. Okay? And hopefully, don't do this to anybody else. Okay? Don't just turn a blind eye to them. Okay? Because we're people too. And like they said, when y'all needed a bailout, we bailed y'all out. Help us out.
Bail us out. All right. Don't bail on us. Bail us out.
Deliver a letter to Chase Bank. So Joel's a hotline volunteer and hears from renters in foreclosure all the time. We're basically here to let JP Morgan Chase know that under the Protecting Tenants and Foreclosure Act of 2009, any bank, person, or agent who takes over a foreclosure property has the same rights as the old owner. So those rights include maintaining the building into good condition. Chase Bank has failed to maintain the property on 7263 South Coles. It deteriorated so much that the city of Chicago intervened and condemned the building. On Saturday, July 17th, the tenants at 72nd and Coles will be homeless because Chase Bank failed to maintain the property under federal law.
That ain't right.
So, if JP Morgan does not understand how federal law works, then we're here to advise you that you have the same responsibilities if you take over a foreclosed property as the same old owner. Today, JP Morgan put out their second quarter earnings, which came out to $4.8 billion, which is up from $2.7 billion of the second quarter of 2009. Their mortgage lending division made a profit of over 55% from the second quarter of 2009. So JP Morgan as a bank is doing very well. So all we asking is for a little social justice and maintain the foreclosed properties that you are taking from your original lenders. Thank you.
Saturday, well, we'll be evicted Saturday, and right now, as far as I know, I don't have nowhere to go, but I will be finding somewhere, hopefully.
What you hope they can do for you here today?
Give me some funds to place me and my children in a home or an apartment somewhere.
Somebody said y'all haven't been paying rent for a while. You don't have none of the leftover rent you ain't been paying?
I've been paying rent, but
Who you been paying to?
I've been paying to the landlord as far as I know.
Who's the
I'm Natasha West. I'm a tenant of the building.
Do you have children?
Yes, I do. I have 4 children.
What's
and
that
Saturday,
age like? How old?
from 15 to 1 year old. And on Saturday, if this building does not, if Chase decides to do nothing, we will all be homeless. We will all have to find someplace to live because nobody has offered a helping hand for us to do anything. So, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Sharonda Booth, S-H-A-R-O-N-D-A. We're here to represent 2614 East 73rd. We're here now because we're being evicted Saturday. We have no place to go right now. I have 3 little kids, 4 years old, 11, and 14 months. And Chase haven't done anything for us. That's why we're out here today to protest, hoping that we can get some type of help from Chase. Chase, please help us today.
Chase spokesperson Tom Kelly came out and met with some of the tenants and the members of the Metropolitan Tenant Organization who gave him a letter of their demand. Here's more of what went on with that meeting.
That, the building was already in housing court in 2007. We know that the Chancery case began in 2008, in January 2008. We know that Chase became the responsible receiver in 2008.
No. Chase was not the responsible receiver.
Okay.
Chase receiver was appointed.
The receiver was appointed.
Right.
They worked for the bank.
No, they worked for the judge. The judge appointed the receiver.
Okay. They requested. She was requested in February when Washington Mutual was still the lien holder. Right. When you became the lien holder, taking over, when you spent your $1.9 billion to buy Washington Mutual, you assumed that responsibility.
Right, so we became the owner of the building.
That's another reason why you guys were present in housing court.
Right, so we are no longer the owner of the building.
We were aware of that.
We became the owner in May of 2010, and we sold the building in June of 2010.
When were you involved in the Chancery case?
The foreclosure was completed, the sale was completed.
I'm not talking about completed, I'm talking about when it was filed and when you became responsible. Your bank was responsible as of September 26th, 2008.
Right, because we had a lien.
Yes, I understand that. Right. Also, the receivership was put in place to maintain the property.
Right.
No repairs were done.
The receiver works for the judge.
It was not a...
I'm happy to take your letter. You want me to take it?
Yes.
Here.
This is how my apartment looks. Nothing was ever done. Never. The water wouldn't even let out of my tub. See this? This is the problem. Nothing has ever been done.
That's the one I just read.
Chase spokesperson Tom Kelly told Residents Journal after the rally that there was nothing that the bank could do to help the tenants out because they weren't responsible for maintaining the building in 2008, and they only gained ownership of the building this May and sold it the following month in June to another person.
So there was a landlord who had the building. We had a loan in the building. We foreclosed. We then got the ownership of the property in May of this year, and then a month later we sold it to a new landlord.
And so why were the tenants unaware of, like, soon maybe it was going to go into foreclosure?
I don't know why they didn't know.
So some of them say they're going to be homeless this Saturday, and is anything like on the part of Chase, just in terms of charitable away, can they kind of, because they're asking for like relocation,
right.
help?
Well, we're not the owner of the building.
Certainly what we're hoping is that Chase is going to take some responsibility and really help these tenants out and do it in a timely manner, like today or tomorrow, so that they can get some relocation fees. I mean, we're only talking not that much money, $20,000, and when we're talking, a bank that's just made $1 billion, that's not very much money, and they should be able to help these tenants out, and they should be able to do it. Chase Bank, we are reaching out to the city to see if there's any of their homeless prevention money can be used to help these families. So we're working on different levels also, because the last thing we want to do is see a family of 6 out on the sidewalk.
Okay, thank you.